Morning guys, the Tech Prepper. Hope you're all doing well. Today is just a freestyle video. I'm not properly mic'd up, but I am out here, so apologies for the wind noise in advance. I don't even have a tripod with me today, but I decided to come to the same spot I was at yesterday, and while I had good success with the True SDX on single sideband voice, I wanted to also do some digital today, a little bit of JS8, some Winlink, maybe more voice, and probably try to tune in the True SDX so we can get on frequency. I brought the eBike today. This is the Hobsco Hob Alpha 26 by 4 inch fat tire bike, and I'm surprised how much rock crawling I can do with this guy. The nice thing is that yesterday took me about 45 minutes to get out here. Today it was about 12 minutes, and there's only one section where I had to dismount, but this thing is a billy goat. For operating today, I want to be comfortable, so I got a spot under the tree. I'm not going to deploy the tarp shelter. I've got a little pad here to kind of recline myself on. Grabbed a rock as a working surface, and then we'll use the pack for anything else. So also brought some new solar equipment that I wanted to test. This is some very inexpensive solar equipment in terms of the solar charge controller. I wanted to have a backup after that fail a few weeks ago, and did not want to spend another couple $100 to have another solar charge controller. So stick around. I don't know what is really in store other than just a lot of different experiments today. Like yesterday, I brought Tim N9 SAB's 40 meter end fed, and this one is deployed a bit differently. This one is typically how I will deploy things when I want field expedient communication. So I'm not using the mast even though I brought it. So up about 6 feet. I tend not to get too concerned if it's touching some branches like it is here, but no big deal. We're about 5 feet, maybe 5.5 feet. So this is another reason why I'm a big fan of S-clip carabiners. So we have this guy tied off with an overhand knot. And then off to the tree, I've got the micro paracord attached. And then I always do a quick taut line hitch, so I can tension this thing very easy without tools. And guys, like I said, I may consider doing some field training. Again, I'm not an expert, but I do have a way of doing things that is very effective. So let me know down below if you would ever be interested in the future, if I can make it happen, of doing like a day-long or even like a 2-nighter field training on just how to pack, how to get out here, how to set up the gear, how to repair gear, all of that good stuff. For solar today, I brought my compact PowerFilm 10-watt panels, and for the type of low power QRP work, and given the amount of sun that is available to me in the Southwest, this is perfectly sized for my needs. It will not work for everybody. I do have a larger 20-watt panel. Using my gear bag here, this is a new solar charge controller that was inexpensive, that is an experiment that can go one of two ways. So the solar panel setup was actually pretty easy to set up. It's not ideal. I did kit together pretty much all the components on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. So I've got the 10-watt PowerFilm here. I'm holding it or weighing it down with some rocks. And then on that side, I took one of my tent stakes and a carabiner to secure that. Got the wire coming off of the solar panel going into a pair of power poles here. And then there's a couple of SAE connectors here that are part of the chain. If this all works, I'm going to cut all of this stuff off and go straight to power poles. You can see right now, if it comes on camera, we're producing 11.9 volts and about 400 milliamps, which is perfect. And then we've got the same chain of SAE connectors there, and that's going into a little lithium battery pack here, and we're charging that up. So we had 4 bars before I started today, so we'll see how well this actually works for charging. Again, these are just experiments. I set the battery chemistry on the solar charge controller to LiFePO 4. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem for just normal lithium ion batteries. So SSB voice is working again. Fallbrook is California, which puts us in the NVIS range, so Tendo's looking good. Let's jump to digital. I decided to get a little bit more comfortable, so I made some adjustments to my operating location. Solar panels are out there, haven't moved those, but I decided to drop the True SDX on one of my gear pouches here, and I'm running the battery pack into my backpack here, and then I just pulled out the FZM1 tablet. I got to tell you, I'm a big fan, even though I was the one who designed these. These gear pouches are amazing for organizing all of your gear. For those of you guys that are following along with my gear selections, 2 things. Number 1, always make sure you remove your Panasonic FZM1 battery when not in use. These things do have a parasitic draw. Luckily, I brought a second battery, and I'm able to field charge this using direct 12 volts, even though they are technically supposed to have 16 volts. And then the other thing I'm going to make a change, I wrote it in my notebook, is I'm going to get a Ranger band to put around the uSDX and the batteries so that I can stack them up. All right, guys, so I was able to send out a message using the store and forward capability. I left a message for my buddy Mike, and I received acknowledgement. So if my buddy Mike does a request to all call at some point and ask for messages, and W8DSF is there, he'll get the message of, okay, playing radio in Tonto, out, I'm in the National Forest. Also, tried something I've never done before. I typically bring a tarp shelter, did not do that. My chest rig actually contains a small Mylar emergency blanket. I've had it for years and never used it. And I literally just improvised this guy right here. It's not perfect. They don't have grommets. I don't know what this technique is called. I saw it several years ago while trying to figure out what to do if you break a grommet on your tarp shelter, and all I did was put a small rock there and then tie it off with a bit of paracord. In fact, I just have that wrapped around a rock. I've got another point going off back that way, and then I'm just doing the same technique up into this tree. So right now, really nice and cool under here. My little encampment here actually feels pretty nice. All right, guys, my shelter's making too much noise, but I was able to establish a Winlink session to the RMS gateway at the house. It's actually kind of a nice setup here. I've got the VX6R mounted on my chest rig. This is the medium SAR kit from Hill People Gear, and I have it connected with the same digi-rig cable we are using for JS8, and then just using Pat Winlink for packet. And I have a bunch of emails here that came in. It looks like about 5 or so. So I'm going to send a quick sit rep, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and pack up and jump back on the bike. All right, guys, we're transmitting off of the HT using the VHF gateway at the house. We have 4 messages in the outbox. So anyways, the other reason why I like to come out here is that I have been working on for a very long time my MCOM Tools software platform. And every time I come out, I learn something new, and I have to make an adjustment on how that works. I'm trying to make it very much field expedient, and I will not release it before I feel comfortable. But big thanks to everybody who's kind of supporting also that part of the project. It's all kind of related. And while I was jabbering, you can see everything in the outbox is actually sent off. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Oh, you know what? Let's go check out the solar panels. So it looks like we're still charging at about 300 milliamps and producing about 12.6 volts. And let's go ahead and see how much we've charged. So excellent, we have now our full 5 bars here on the talents that we started with 4. KC at OWL, KT7, RUN. I'm all packed up. See if I can get my buddy to relay a message for me to my wife. Spoke too soon. He actually did get back to me just as soon as I turned off the camera. Hey there, Mike. I'm out in the Tonto National Forest. I'm wondering if you can relay to India 1. Okay, headed home. ETA 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure thing. No problem. I'm in the backyard on the handheld using the T10 right now. So, but no problem. I will do that. KC8OWL.
All right, guys, that's basically it. A little bit of training, nothing formal for this one, but thought, you know what, why not bring the GoPro, sans all of the other equipment. Anyways, I'm the Tech Prepper. Be strong, be safe, and be prepared. Okay. Yowzers, literally just came right on top of this cholla trying to clear a rock. This is part of the reason why I should have brought a mount. I'm definitely not going to try to record stuff while riding the bike. I'm not sure if these e-bikes were meant to do some of that rock crawling, but I sure had a blast. All right, guys, see you on the next one.